My dear children, I implore you to heed these words with utmost attention. Do not let the opportunity to receive divine wisdom pass you by. In a world filled with noise and distractions, it is easy to overlook the profound truths I wish to impart to you. But I say to you now, do not miss out on the treasure of divine wisdom that I freely offer. This wisdom is not like the wisdom of the world, which is fleeting and often misguided. No, the wisdom I offer is eternal, pure, and life-changing. It is the very essence of truth, distilled from the depths of my infinite knowledge and understanding. This wisdom has the power to transform your life, to guide you through the most challenging of circumstances, and to bring you into alignment with my perfect will. Consider carefully the choices you make each day. Are you seeking after worldly knowledge and temporary solutions, or are you earnestly pursuing the wisdom that comes from above? My wisdom is available to all who seek it with a sincere heart. It is not reserved for the elite or the scholarly, but for every one of my children who approaches me with humility and faith. Remember the words of my servant James, who wrote, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." This is my promise to you: ask, and you shall receive. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door to divine wisdom will be opened unto you. But be warned, my children. The pursuit of divine wisdom requires dedication and perseverance. It is not a passive endeavor, but an active engagement with my word and my spirit. You must be willing to set aside time for prayer, meditation, and study. You must be prepared to quiet the clamor of the world and listen intently for my still, small voice. Do not be deceived by the allure of quick fixes or easy answers. True wisdom, my wisdom, often requires patience and deep reflection. It may challenge your preconceptions and push you out of your comfort zone. But I assure you, the rewards are beyond measure. As you embrace divine wisdom, you will find that your perspective shifts. The troubles of this world will begin to pale in comparison to the eternal truths you discover. You will gain insight into the deeper meanings of life, understanding the purpose for which I created you. This wisdom will guide your decisions, influence your relationships, and shape your character to be more like my own. Moreover, divine wisdom is not just for your personal benefit. As you grow in wisdom, you become a beacon of light in a dark world. Your words and actions, guided by my wisdom, will have a profound impact on those around you. You will be able to offer godly counsel, to make decisions that honor me, and to navigate the complexities of life with grace and discernment. My children, do not delay in seeking this priceless gift. The time is now to immerse yourself in the wellspring of divine wisdom. Let it saturate your mind, heart, and soul. Allow it to permeate every aspect of your being, for in doing so, you will find yourself drawing ever closer to me, understanding more fully the depths of my love and the grandeur of my plans for you. Remember, wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand, in her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her. Those who hold her fast will be blessed. So I urge you, my beloved, don't miss out on this divine wisdom. Pursue it with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. For in finding wisdom, you find life itself, and obtain favor from the Lord your God. My dear ones, as you embark on this journey of seeking divine wisdom, it is crucial that you understand the vast difference between my wisdom and your own limited understanding. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. My knowledge spans the entirety of creation, from the farthest reaches of the universe to the intricate workings of the tiniest cell. In light of this, I call you to trust in my wisdom, for it far surpasses your own. If you need God's blessings, then type "Yes, I need" in the comments. Human wisdom, while valuable in its own right, is inherently limited. It is constrained by your finite experiences, your cultural biases, and the boundaries of your mortal minds. You see but a fraction of the grand tapestry of existence, while I see it in its completeness. Your understanding is often clouded by emotions, by fear, and by the pressures of immediate circumstances. But my wisdom is pure, untainted by such limitations. When you face decisions in life, big or small, it is natural to rely on your own judgment. You weigh the pros and cons, you seek advice from friends and experts, and you try to anticipate the outcomes of your choices. While these are not wrong actions in themselves, they fall short if they are not anchored in trust of my superior wisdom. Consider the words I spoke through my prophet Isaiah. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways and my thoughts than your thoughts. This is not meant to belittle your intelligence or efforts, but to remind you of the vast chasm between human understanding and divine wisdom. Trusting in my wisdom often requires a leap of faith. There will be times when my guidance seems counterintuitive to your human reasoning. In these moments, you must choose whether to lean on your own understanding or to trust in me with all your heart. Remember the words of Solomon, the wisest of human kings. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. This trust is not blind or irrational. It is based on the truth of who I am, the all-knowing, all-loving Creator. When you truly grasp the depth of my love for you and the extent of my knowledge, trusting in my wisdom becomes not just a duty, but a joyful surrender. Moreover, trusting in my wisdom brings peace in the midst of uncertainty. When you rely solely on your own understanding, you often find yourself second-guessing your decisions, worrying about outcomes, and feeling the weight of responsibility on your shoulders. But when you place your trust in my wisdom, you can rest in the assurance that the one who holds the universe in his hands is guiding your steps. This trust also frees you from the need to have all the answers. In a world that values self-reliance and individual achievement, it can be humbling to admit that you don't have it all figured out. But there is immense freedom in acknowledging that you don't need to have all the answers because you trust in the one who does. As you grow in trusting my wisdom, you will find that your own wisdom increases. This may seem paradoxical, but it is a beautiful truth. As you align your thoughts with mine, as you seek my guidance in all things, you begin to see the world through my eyes. Your discernment sharpens, your understanding deepens, and you gain insight that goes beyond mere human capability. My children, I do not ask you to abandon reason or to ignore the gifts of intellect that I have given you. Rather, I call you to submit your reasoning to my higher wisdom. Use your minds, seek knowledge, and develop your skills. But in all these pursuits, maintain a posture of humility and dependence on me. For true wisdom begins with the fear of the Lord, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. Trust in my wisdom when the path ahead seems unclear. Trust in my wisdom when your heart is heavy with sorrow or confusion. Trust in my wisdom when the world around you is in chaos. For I am the God who makes a way where there seems to be no way, who brings light to the darkest night, and who works all things together for the good of those who love him. Remember, my beloved, that trusting in my wisdom is not a one-time decision, but a continual choice. Each day, in every situation, you have the opportunity to turn to me and say, Father, I trust in your wisdom above my own. As you do this consistently, you will find your faith strengthened, your peace deepened, and your life increasingly aligned with my perfect will. If you want God's grace always upon you, then please consider to support our ministry by clicking Thanks button. Beloved, as you continue to grow in trust and wisdom, it is essential that you grasp the profound truth that my ways are higher than yours can comprehend. This is not meant to discourage you or to create distance between us, but rather to inspire awe and wonder at the magnificence of my plans and purposes. When I declare that my ways are higher, I am revealing to you the vast expanse of my divine perspective. I see the entirety of history, past, present, and future, in a single glance. I understand the intricate connections between all events, all people, and all of creation. Nothing escapes my notice, from the fall of a sparrow to the rise and fall of nations. In light of this, there will be times when my actions or my guidance may seem perplexing to you. You may question why I allow certain events to unfold, or why I lead you down paths that seem difficult or even painful. In these moments, remember that your view is limited, but mine is complete. Consider the tapestry of your life. From your vantage point, you see only the underside, a tangle of threads, knots, and seemingly random patterns. But I see the top side, the beautiful image that is being woven through every experience, every challenge, and every victory in your life. What may appear chaotic to you is, in reality, a masterpiece in the making. My ways often defy human logic and expectations. Throughout Scripture, you see examples of this. I chose a shepherd boy to become a king. I used a small army led by Gideon to defeat a vast enemy force. I sent my own son to die on a cross to save humanity. These actions confound human wisdom, yet they reveal the perfection of my higher ways. When you encounter situations that you cannot understand, when my guidance leads you to places you never expected to go, remember the words I spoke through Isaiah. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways and my thoughts than your thoughts. This is not meant to frustrate you, but to comfort you. It is a reminder that even when you cannot comprehend the reasons behind my actions, you can trust that my ways are perfect. Embracing this truth requires humility. It means acknowledging that there are mysteries in this life that your finite mind cannot fully grasp. It means being willing to say, "Lord, I don't understand, but I trust you." This humility opens the door to deeper revelation and greater intimacy with me. Moreover, recognizing that my ways are higher should fill you with hope and expectation. If my thoughts and ways are higher than yours, then imagine the wonderful plans I have in store for you, plans that go beyond your wildest dreams or your greatest expectations. As it is written, "No eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no human mind has conceived the things God has prepared for those who love Him." My higher ways also mean that I can bring good out of any situation, no matter how dire it may seem from your perspective. Where you see only pain, I see potential for growth. Where you see failure, I see an opportunity for my grace to abound. Where you see an ending, I see a new beginning. Trust in these higher ways, for they are working all things together for your good and for my glory. As you walk in the understanding that my ways are higher, you will find a new level of peace and rest in your spirit. You will be freed from the need to control every aspect of your life, or to understand every detail of my plan. Instead, you can rest in the assurance that the God who holds the universe in His hands is intimately involved in every aspect of your life. This truth should also inspire you to seek me more earnestly. While you may not be able to fully comprehend my ways, I invite you to know me more deeply. Draw near to me in prayer, study my word with diligence, and listen for the gentle whispers of my spirit. As you do, I will grant you glimpses of my higher perspective, moments of clarity that will strengthen your faith and deepen your trust. Remember, my child, that acknowledging the height of my ways does not mean resigning yourself to ignorance. I am a God who delights in revealing myself to my children. As you walk closely with me, as you align your heart with mine, you will find that your understanding grows. You will begin to see situations from a more eternal perspective. You will recognize my hand at work in circumstances you once found confusing or troubling. If you want to listen to God's message and bring positive changes to your life, then subscribe to the God's Message 1111 channel. So embrace this truth with joy and anticipation. Let it fuel your worship, knowing that you serve a God whose ways are perfect and whose thoughts are beyond measure. Let it strengthen your faith, trusting that even when you cannot trace my hand, you can trust my heart, and let it inspire you to live boldly, knowing that the God of the universe, whose ways are higher than you can comprehend, is guiding your every step. My precious children, as you journey deeper into the understanding of my higher ways, I call you to a place of profound surrender and stillness. In the hustle and bustle of your daily lives, in the clamor of a world that demands your constant attention, I invite you to step into a sacred space of quiet submission to my will. Surrender is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful act of faith and trust. It is in these moments of complete yielding that you position yourself to receive the fullness of my wisdom and guidance. When you lay down your own agenda, your own desires, and your own understanding at my feet, You create room in your heart for me to work in ways beyond your imagination. Think of surrender as the opening of tightly clenched fists. As you release your grip on control, on your own plans and expectations, your hands become open to receive the gifts I long to give you. These gifts may be different from what you expected, but they are precisely what you need for the journey ahead. In the act of surrender, I call you to find stillness. This stillness is not merely the absence of noise or activity, but a deep, internal quiet that allows you to hear my voice more clearly. It is in this stillness that you can discern the gentle whispers of my spirit, guiding you in ways you might otherwise miss in the chaos of daily life. Remember the words I spoke to my servant Elijah. I was not in the wind, nor in the earthquake, nor in the fire, but in the gentle whisper. Often my most profound revelations come not in moments of frenetic activity, but in the quiet spaces of surrender and stillness. To find this stillness, you must be intentional. Set aside time each day to be alone with me. Turn off the distractions of the world, the constant notifications, the endless to-do lists, the clamoring voices of others. Create a space, both physically and in your heart, where you can be fully present with me. In these moments of stillness, practice the art of listening. So often in prayer, you come to me with a list of requests or a recitation of your troubles. While I always welcome your petitions and concerns, I also long for you to simply be still and know that I am God. Listen for my voice. Wait patiently for my guidance. Allow the stillness to settle deep into your soul. As you cultivate this practice of surrender and stillness, you will find that it begins to permeate other areas of your life. In moments of stress or decision-making, you will be able to quickly enter into that place of quiet submission, seeking my wisdom rather than relying solely on your own understanding. Moreover, this stillness becomes a powerful testimony to a frantic world. In a culture that values constant activity and noise, your ability to be still and centered in my presence will stand out. It will draw others to the peace they see in you, opening doors for you to share the source of your tranquility. Remember, my child, that surrender and stillness are not passive states. They require active choice and discipline. The world will constantly pull at you, trying to drag you back into its rhythm of hurry and worry. But I call you to resist this pull, to consistently choose the path of surrender and the practice of stillness. In these quiet moments, I will reveal more of myself to you. You will begin to see my character more clearly, to understand my heart more deeply. As you behold me in stillness, you will be transformed, little by little, into my image. Your thoughts will align more closely with mine. Your desires will shift to match my will for your life. Do not be discouraged if finding this stillness is difficult at first. Like any discipline, it takes practice. There may be times when your mind wanders, when the cares of this world intrude upon your quiet time with me. When this happens, gently bring your focus back to me. Remember, I am not a harsh taskmaster, but a loving Father who delights in every moment you choose to spend in my presence. Share this video with up to 3 people if you need God's presence. As you surrender and enter into stillness, you may find that I lead you to let go of things you've been holding on to. Grudges, fears, ambitions that are not aligned with my will. Embrace this process of release, for in letting go, you make room for the new things I want to do in your life. In the stillness, you may also find that I bring to light areas of your life that need attention or healing. Do not be afraid of this revelation. I expose these things not to condemn you, but to free you. In the quiet space of surrender, allow my love to wash over these areas, bringing restoration and renewal. Remember, my beloved, that even Jesus, my Son, practiced this discipline of finding stillness in surrender. Throughout his earthly ministry, he often withdrew to quiet places to commune with me. If the Savior of the world needed these moments of stillness and surrender, how much more do you? So I call you, my child, to embrace these moments of surrender and stillness. Let them become as essential to your spiritual life as breathing is to your physical life. For it is in these sacred spaces that you will find not only my wisdom and guidance, but also my comfort, my strength, and my overwhelming love for you. As you continue to cultivate a life of surrender and stillness, I will lead you into a realm of clarity that goes beyond mere human understanding. This clarity is not achieved through intellectual prowess or extensive study alone, but through an intimate connection with me, the source of all wisdom and knowledge. In a world filled with confusion and conflicting voices, I offer you a clarity that cuts through the noise and illuminates the truth. This clarity is not always about having all the answers, but about having a clear vision of who I am, who you are in me, and the purpose for which I have created you. When you align your heart with mine in those moments of surrender and stillness, you begin to see things from my perspective. The fog of human reasoning and worldly influence begins to lift, and you gain insights that are not bound by earthly limitations. This is the clarity that transcends understanding, a divine perspective that allows you to navigate life with confidence and purpose. This clarity manifests in various ways. Sometimes, it comes as a sudden illumination, a moment of revelation where the complexities of a situation suddenly make sense. Other times, it's a gradual dawning of understanding, like the slow lifting of a veil. In either case, this clarity is a gift from me, a manifestation of my presence in your life. With this clarity comes discernment, the ability to distinguish between truth and deception, between what is beneficial and what is harmful. In a world where the lines between right and wrong are often blurred, this discernment is crucial. It enables you to make wise choices, to resist temptation, and to walk in the path of righteousness. Moreover, this clarity brings focus to your life. It helps you prioritize what truly matters in light of eternity. The distractions and trivial pursuits that once consumed your time and energy begin to fade in importance as you gain a clearer vision of my calling on your life. You begin to invest your resources, your time, talents, and treasures in things that have eternal significance. Remember, my child, that this clarity is not something you can force or manufacture on your own. It is a grace that I freely give to those who seek me wholeheartedly. As you continue to surrender to me and spend time in my presence, this clarity will grow and deepen. However, be prepared for this clarity to sometimes challenge your preconceptions and comfort zones. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts, and my ways higher than your ways. The clarity I provide may lead you down paths you never expected, or call you to actions that seem illogical by worldly standards. Trust in this divine clarity, for it leads to life abundant. This clarity also brings a deep sense of peace. When you see things from my perspective, the anxieties and fears that once plagued you begin to lose their power. You realize that I am in control, that my plans for you are good, and that nothing can separate you from my love. This peace is not dependent on circumstances, but is rooted in the unshakable truth of who I am and who you are in me. If you want to listen to God's message and bring positive changes to your life, then subscribe to the God's Message 1111 channel. As you walk in this clarity, you become a light to others. In a world shrouded in confusion and darkness, your clear vision and purposeful living will stand out. People will be drawn to the peace and certainty they see in you, opening doors for you to share the source of your clarity, a living relationship with me. Remember, my beloved, that while I grant you this clarity, there will still be mysteries in this life. Not everything will be fully understood this side of eternity. But in the areas where I choose to grant clarity, embrace it fully. Let it guide your decisions, shape your perspective, and fuel your worship. Seek this clarity daily through prayer, through meditation on my word, and through obedience to my leading. As you do, you will find yourself walking in increasing wisdom and understanding. You will navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence, knowing that you see things not just with human eyes, but with divine insight. This clarity that transcends understanding is available to you, my child. It is not reserved for the scholarly or the spiritually elite, but for all who humble themselves and seek my face. So come, surrender your limited perspective, be still in my presence, and receive the clarity that only I can provide. For in this clarity, you will find not only direction for your life, but a deeper, richer relationship with me, your loving Heavenly Father. My precious child, as you grow in clarity and understanding, I call you to take the next step, allowing my guidance to illuminate the path ahead. My guidance is like a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path, as my servant David wrote in the Psalms. It doesn't always reveal the entire journey at once, but it provides enough light for the next step, and that is all you need. Understanding that my guidance lights your path means acknowledging that I am actively involved in every aspect of your life. I am not a distant deity, uninvolved in the daily affairs of my children. Rather, I am intimately acquainted with all your ways, and I long to guide you in every decision, every challenge, and every triumph. My guidance comes in various forms. Sometimes it's through the clear directives in my word, the Bible. Other times, it's through the gentle promptings of my Holy Spirit within you. It may come through the wise counsel of godly friends and mentors, or through circumstances that I orchestrate. Always, it is consistent with my character and my revealed will in Scripture. To follow my guidance requires spiritual sensitivity and obedience. You must learn to recognize my voice amidst the clamor of the world and your own desires. This comes through practice, spending time in my presence, studying my word, and stepping out in faith when you sense my leading. Remember, my child, that my guidance is perfect, but your understanding and application of it may be imperfect. There may be times when you misinterpret my leading or when your own desires cloud your discernment. In these moments, do not be discouraged. Return to me in humility, seek clarification, and trust that even in your missteps, I am able to work all things together for your good. Following my guidance often requires courage. I may lead you down paths that seem uncertain or even dangerous from a human perspective. But remember, I see what you cannot see. I know what lies ahead, and my guidance is always aimed at your ultimate good and my glory. As you allow my guidance to light your path, you will find that your journey becomes an adventure of faith. Each step forward is an opportunity to trust me more deeply, to see my faithfulness in action, and to grow in your relationship with me. This journey may not always be easy, but I promise it will always be worthwhile. My guidance also brings freedom. The world often presents the illusion of freedom through endless choices and self-determination. But true freedom is found in surrendering to my will and following my guidance. For in doing so, you align yourself with the very purpose for which you were created, and you find fulfillment that cannot be achieved any other way. As you walk in my guidance, you become a testimony to others. Your life becomes a living example of what it means to be led by the Spirit. People will see the peace, purpose, and joy that come from following my leading, and they will be drawn to the light they see in you. Share this video with up to 3 people if you need God's presence. Remember, my beloved, that my guidance is not just for the big decisions in life. I long to guide you in every aspect, in your relationships, your work, your ministry, and even in the small, seemingly insignificant choices of each day. No area of your life is too small for my loving attention and direction, so I call you to step forward in faith, allowing my guidance to light your path. Trust that I will never lead you astray, that my plans for you are good, and that as you follow my leading, you are walking in the very purpose for which I created you. Let my light dispel the darkness of uncertainty and fear, illuminating the way to a life lived fully in my will. Embrace this adventure of being guided by the Creator of the universe, for as you do, you will find not only direction for your life, but a deepening relationship with me that will satisfy the deepest longings of your heart. My cherished one, as you continue to walk in my guidance, I invite you to fully embrace the profound peace that comes from trusting in me. This peace is not as the world gives, fleeting and dependent on circumstances. Rather, it is a deep, abiding peace that anchors your soul even in the midst of life's storms. Trusting in me is more than a mental assent to my existence or my power. It is a wholehearted reliance on my character, my promises, and my unfailing love for you. It is the confidence that I am who I say I am, that I will do what I have promised, and that my plans for you are good, even when circumstances seem to suggest otherwise. When you truly trust in me, you enter into a rest that is unshakable. As my servant Paul wrote, it is a peace that surpasses all understanding, guarding your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. This peace is not the absence of troubles, but the presence of my Spirit in the midst of your challenges. Embracing this peace means letting go of your need to control every aspect of your life. It means surrendering your worries, your fears, and your anxieties to me. Cast all your cares upon me, for I care for you deeply. When you do this, you will find that the burdens that once weighed you down become lighter, for you are no longer carrying them alone. This peace is also a powerful witness to the world around you. In a society fraught with anxiety and uncertainty, your steadfast trust in me will stand out. People will notice the difference in your life, the calm assurance with which you face challenges, the joy that persists even in difficult circumstances. This peace becomes a testament to my reality and my faithfulness in your life. Remember, my child, that trusting me and embracing my peace is a choice you must make daily, sometimes moment by moment. The cares of this world will constantly try to rob you of this peace. But as you continually turn your eyes to me, as you remind yourself of my promises and my faithfulness, you will find that my peace rises above the chaos of your circumstances. This peace is not passive, it is a powerful force in your life. It enables you to face trials with courage, to make decisions with confidence, and to love others with abandon. When you are at peace, knowing that I am in control, you are free to live boldly and love generously. Embracing this peace also means resting in my timing. So often, anxiety comes from trying to force things to happen on your schedule. But as you trust in me, you can rest assured that my timing is perfect. What seems like a delay from your perspective is often my loving preparation for what lies ahead. Moreover, this peace allows you to enjoy the present moment. When you trust that I hold your future, you are free from the worry of what tomorrow may bring. You can fully engage in the life I've given you today, appreciating the blessings and growth opportunities of each moment. As you embrace this peace, you will find that it transforms not just your inner world, but how you interact with others. A heart at peace is better equipped to show patience, extend grace, and offer forgiveness. Your relationships will be enriched as you operate from a place of secure trust in me, rather than fear or self-protection. Remember, my beloved, that this peace is your inheritance as my child. Jesus said, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you." This is not something you have to strive for or earn. It is a gift, bought with the precious blood of my Son. Receive it fully. Rest in it completely. If you want to listen to God's message and bring positive changes to your life, then subscribe to the God's Message 1111 channel. So I urge you, my child, embrace this peace that comes from trusting in me. Let it permeate every aspect of your being. Let it be the foundation from which you live, love, and serve. For in this peace, you will find strength for every trial, joy in every circumstance, and a deep, abiding sense of my presence with you always, my precious child. As we conclude this message, I want you to hold fast to this fundamental truth. I lead you always in wisdom and love. Every directive, every prompting, every closed door and open window, all are manifestations of my perfect wisdom and my boundless love for you. My wisdom is not like human wisdom. It is pure, peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere. When I lead you, I do so with a wisdom that takes into account not just your immediate circumstances, but the entirety of your life's journey and its impact on eternity. I see the end from the beginning, and my wisdom guides you toward your ultimate good and my greatest glory. And this wisdom is always, always couched in love. My love for you is not a sentimental feeling that changes with the wind. It is a steadfast, unshakable commitment to your well-being. It is a love that sent my only Son to die for you, that pursues you in your wanderings, that rejoices over you with singing. Every action I take in your life is motivated by this perfect love. When my wisdom and love combine to lead you, the result is a path that is perfectly suited to you. I know you intimately, your strength, your weaknesses, your deepest desires, and your greatest fears. I tailor my guidance to your unique personhood, calling forth the best in you and gently reshaping the areas that need growth. There will be times when my leading doesn't make sense from your limited perspective. My wisdom may call you to paths that seem difficult or even painful. In these moments, Remember that my love is the constant undergirding of every direction I give. Trust that even when the way is hard, it is paved with my affection for you and my commitment to your ultimate joy. As you follow my lead, you will find yourself growing in both wisdom and love. You will begin to see situations from my perspective, to love others with my heart. Your decisions will be marked by a wisdom that surprises even you, and your actions will be characterized by a love that reflects my own. Remember, my child, that I never lead you where my grace cannot sustain you. When I call you to step out in faith, I am right there with you, providing everything you need for the journey. My wisdom ensures that you are equipped for every good work, and my love guarantees that you are never alone in the process. Moreover, as you embrace my wisdom and love in your own life, you become a channel of these gifts to others. Your words will carry the weight of divine insight, and your actions will demonstrate the transformative power of my love. You become my hands and feet in a world desperately in need of true wisdom and unconditional love. So, my beloved, rest in this truth. I lead you in wisdom and love. Let it be the bedrock of your faith, the fuel for your obedience, and the source of your peace. Trust in my wisdom when the path seems unclear. Rely on my love when the journey feels too difficult. For in my wisdom and love, you will find everything you need for life and godliness. As you go forward from this moment, carry these words in your heart. Let them guide your steps, comfort your soul, and strengthen your resolve. For I, the Lord your God, lead you in wisdom and love today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Remember, my child, that this message is not just words on a page, but a living testament to my heart for you. Meditate on these truths, let them sink deep into your spirit, and as you do, know that I am with you always, leading you with wisdom and love toward a future filled with hope and purpose. Go now, embracing the divine wisdom I offer, trusting in my higher ways, finding stillness in surrender, discovering clarity beyond understanding, following my guiding light, resting in the peace of trusting me, and always remembering that I lead you in wisdom and love. For you are my beloved child, and my plans for you are good. Share this video with up to 3 people if you need God's presence. Amen.